How can we be who we're meant to be based on the vision of our faith if we're denied the right to present what we believe is the true nature of the human person?
Where we get our hope from as Christians is that Jesus is still on the throne. That's not changed.
And the government have effectively creating blasphemy laws to outlaw Christianity, the foundation of our nation.
When children will be greeted by staff asking them, which pronouns are you using? What do you mean? They are confusing kids unnecessarily.
So that's why the Bible is our foundation for the communion. Of course, Christ is our foundation for salvation. And we follow him when we follow the words of the Bible.
But we have to see the bigger picture. If we don't get everything we want, that's no reason to give up. You keep fighting
It wasn't
more.
until Christians said, yeah, you killed your babies, what are you going to do about this? God had a solution, but the solution wasn't going to be effective if I didn't first acknowledge that I needed that solution. Right.
We are here until we have a law which allows babies to have the same rights as everybody else, and we're not going to go away. I can guarantee that we won't.
May we continue to boldly stand as a light in the darkness, a voice for truth and a force for good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a live episode of the Here I Stand podcast by the Young Conservatives of Christ. This podcast can be found on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this evening, I will be one of the co-hosts, and my name is Riley Battitio. I'm the YCFC National Campaigns Director, and this evening we'll be having a very knowledgeable and familiar John Martin, the YCFC National Coordinator, also co-hosting this podcast. And tonight we have a fantastic alignment of things we'll be talking about. Domestically and internationally, we have a lot of things happening last week. The Sam Groth drama, the horrible picture we saw of baby Samuel, that was disgusting, but we'll be talking about that later. And of course, we'll be talking about Donald Trump and the ICE protests. And just like to welcome our national coordinator, John Martin.
Thank you, Riley. It's great to be back again for the second week in a row. But this time we have got smooth sailing. We are live and on YouTube and Instagram. Facebook is not working, unfortunately. And we've actually already got people in the chat saying hi. Tim from Wilmsfront has already said hi. Hello, Tim. So yeah, it's we're going pretty good so far. We've got 2 people on Instagram, which is good. And yeah, it's gonna be a good night. It looks like, yeah, Riley.
Yeah, better than last week. I mean, at least you can hear our conversation this week. It was such a shame because we had such an I learned a lot of things actually from John about Christian culture and how the church is developing. But all right, so this week we're in. You can hear us, thankfully, and we'll start this evening by talking about something that you were actually telling me about yesterday. So Sam Groth, this is a massive development. Would you like to explain what's happening?
Yeah, well, a little while ago, Sam Groth announced that he was leaving the Liberal Party, and he gave them a huge swing in terms of he swung at them in his exiting. He said basically not only that he was being targeted from people in the media and outside the party, but also people inside the party as well, which I think we've known for a long time in the Liberal Party has been happening. But now that an MP, now will be former MP, has come out and said it publicly and explicitly, that's incredible in itself. And so what was going to happen is he was going to wait till the election to resign and not force a by-election. That's what he said. And this week he resigned and will force a by-election in his state seat of Nepean, which is interesting. A lot of people are not happy that he went back on his word for obvious reasons. And then obviously now I think there's a $2 million, it'll cost $2 million for the by-election, which is, it's a lot. And considering the debt and the Liberals want to, but if I'm honest, I don't blame him because the Liberals are absolute rubbish. And like they're a shocking bunch of people. So I don't blame him too much. But I will say that I'm very interested to see how this pans out, because I had a look at the electoral history for his seat of opinion in Victoria, and on the official website it starts from 2002. And so from 2002 to 2018, the Liberals held it. In the 2018 election, Labor gained it. And they had a fair first preference, very high. I think it was high 40s or mid 50s. Sam Groth got it back in 2022. Similar thing. I think it was high 40s, if not late 40s, if not low 50s. And he held it by 6% to party share, which is interesting. And so the question will be whether One Nation will take a huge chunk of that or not. That is the question, because this is liberal heartland we're talking about. So will One Nation follow the polling that's happened nationally? Obviously, national politics is different to state politics, but not by a huge lot, which is, well, in some cases it can be. In this case, we'll find out. And I think this will be a big test for the Liberals, and potentially a wake-up call for the Liberals too, to be like, unless they get their act together, they're going to get swamped in November.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the latest polling is definitely a wake-up call. And particularly with the hate speech laws, Liberal Party voted they voted left wing, which they're a conservative party, so they're contradicting themselves. A lot of Australians that were voting for the Liberal Party are turning to the One Nation Party of Pauline Hanson, and we were saying last week, would there be a possibility that Pauline Hanson becomes Australia's Prime Minister? Is this even going to be a possibility? I don't know. What do you think, especially with all this happening at the moment?
Yeah, I'm a hard no. And the reason
Okay.
why is because she is in the Senate, so she would have to switch houses. So she'd have to run in a seat, and they don't have a seat in the House of Reps,
Okay.
and that's key. So the question will be in this next federal election, which it won't be till I believe 2028. That'll be the next federal election, and that's a far way away. When you think about, we're looking
Yeah.
at polls, we're not looking at actual results again. Um,
Yeah.
and so will we see her switch houses? I doubt. I think even though she's got a very strong grip on the executive of One Nation, I don't think she will go for to switch houses, because it's a very risky play, very risky. Uh,
Mm.
do I think One Nation can become the opposition in one or two election cycles? I think possibly. But can they win majority? That's another question together. But today, Pauline Hanson says she's open to potentially forming a coalition with the coalition. So, and people have been asking, is that really like One Nation have been sort of like against the machine in some regard, in some not so. But will they? Do they really want to go with the Liberals who have betrayed Australia? And the Nationals, I think people can understand that. People have been calling for that, for them to join the Nationals. But yeah, to join with the Liberals, that's again, that's another risky play there. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, days, weeks, months, and years to come.
Yeah, no, there's a lot on the line here, and it's like it's the longest game of chess I think I've ever seen played.
Yeah.
So we've just got to wait and see. It's a waiting game. I think that it's a very yeah, it's a very it's not a very grounded call at all to say that Pauline Hanson will become the government anytime soon. Is there's a long road to go, the long
Yeah.
road to go to get to that point. But there is that possibility. I will say I'll go out there and say that there is a possibility, and I'd say the next decade.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Um, but yeah, so there's just so much happening in domestic politics at the moment. Especially with this election. There's an election coming up in is it South Australia?
Yes, in March, I believe. It should
March,
be
yeah,
early March.
early March. So that's going to be another interesting. So yeah, we just got to see that. That's it. I think we just got to see what's going to happen and just see how it pans out. As you're saying, but this is polls. This isn't results. So how can we definitively know what's going to happen? So yeah.
Yeah.
So what else should we talk about in Australian politics? Woo, what about there's not much else to talk about. Australian politics is a little bit boring sometimes. But America's tremendous, all right? So, let's talk about
That's
Trump, all
amazing.
right? Let's talk about Big Dan. So what's happening in the US? All right, so the Grammys, that was insane. Did you see I'm sure you saw the clips of what happened. The
Yeah,
Grammys with Billie Eilish.
that was, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And the
Oh
fact
my
that
God.
like supposedly those tribes people were like, yeah, she's on like stolen land and stuff, and she's not moving, and she's got like a couple of $1 million house and stuff. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm never listening to Billie Eilish again. Not that I listened to her in the past, but it's just
Good
it's just
clarification.
and then who like the only person in the whole room was like I think it was like is his name Jelly Roll?
I've got
His
no
name?
idea.
That's a weird name, but I'm just
Mm.
gonna look it up just to clarify it.
Yeah,
Jelly
yeah, it's
Roll.
nice.
He got in
Like,
trouble for saying something like pro
uh,
Jesus, pro Christian.
oh, I feel like I heard that about that. Yeah, I saw a
Yeah.
Babylon B title or something like that. I
Mm.
think. I remember. I remember what it was. They said, Hollywood surprised that guy uses Jesus' name not as a swear word.
Insane. Yeah, so yeah, he actually got in trouble for that. I
Wow.
mean, like, yeah. Um, so yeah, he did that,
Yeah.
and Billie Eilish was being like the bananas and rice girl. If we don't know what you mean by the bananas and rice girl, last week we did share an Instagram reel. I'm sure the viewers know about that in their Instagram
Yeah.
feeds. They got the Somali bananas and rice girl. Um, so yeah, it's just contradicting themselves once again. That's the problem with leftists. They just have this knack of contradicting themselves so hard in like the next sentence. I
Yeah.
mean, it's easy to pick at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. All right, so shall we share some Instagram reels?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it. All right, share sound. Here we go. So this is actually an interesting one. This is actually caught John going to a United Church mass for the first time. So this is John going to a United Church mass for the first time. Let's see how John reacts. All right.
Appeared in opposition to the confirmation.
Oh, you're getting kicked out?
Full
John.
opportunity having been given for opposers to appear, whose objections could be lawfully received, and none having appeared as ordered, we now proceed with the process of confirmation of the election.
And that...
I mean, honestly, I'd do the same thing if I was in that room. I'm not. It's just how woke is that? That's the church, and it's
Yeah.
just like the center of wokeness. It's the worst paradox.
Yeah. Well, when you think about the Anglican Church, I did an interview with what's his name, Archbishop, former Archbishop, something Davies. I don't know. It might have been, no, I can't remember it exactly. But he basically said that the Church of England, the Archbishop of Canterbury, which the GAFCON, which is the now the main Anglican Church, has now split away from the Church of England. And so now the Church of England only represents about 15% of global Anglicanism, whereas GAFCON, which is the conservative Anglican Church, represents about 85%.
We're winning.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, but this is like watching Seinfeld. It's like watching an episode of Seinfeld. It's just pure comedy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that about a mass, but I mean, when
Too
it's
late.
to this extent, yeah, too late. Yeah, who cares? It is. All right, let's move on to another funny one. You actually suggested this reel to me. This isn't religious. I think this is just pure stupidity.
Okay.
Let's watch this one.
Thing's giant. How many times bigger is it than Earth? Like,
The moon?
yeah.
No, not bigger.
Yeah, it is.
The moon? Nah.
You just said you're so into it and you don't know that the moon's bigger than Earth.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it is.
It is. The moon is bigger than Earth. Surely it has to be. Because when you're looking at the moon from Earth, it's huge. But, like, it's so far away from us. That thing's just...
So she's definitely got a university degree. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Definitely liberal arts, 100%. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, we're not scientists, but
look, I don't know what this is a revelation of. Is this a revelation of the universities, or if it's of the schools, or of social media in general, or of women? No, I'm joking. But look, that last one, I didn't mean the last one, but I meant the other three. But look, that is when I saw that, I was like, that's shocking. I mean, like, how can you think that the moon is bigger than Earth just because it looks bigger? Of course, it's going to look bigger from where we're standing. I mean, we're like so tiny. I feel like this is like 101 in science. I feel like this is what you learn in like grade 1 or prep or something like that. But yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, obviously not. I think that I don't know what that show was, like Big Brother or something. Obviously, obviously they don't get the smartest kid on the block there. But yeah, wow. I wonder what that says about the audience of those shows. I mean, if they're watching this type of stuff and then spitting out all these like tremendous facts. Yeah, just I think. Okay, let's move on from that.
Yeah, that was your intermission, guys.
That was your intermission. All right, so we've had to talk about Australian politics. Talked about how silly the world is at the moment. But I think you brought up something. Actually, the first time I heard about it was actually from you yesterday, and it was something really sad. So I think we should. Unfortunately, we're going to change the topic from something really funny to something sad. So this will lead into a story that you told me yesterday. So just to bring this up, if you can see it, I'll just extend the screen a bit. So 1 out of 3 Gen Z is missing. Because of abortion.
Yeah.
And one of the worst things I've seen in my life was actually yesterday, thanks to you, John. Because the picture of baby Samuel.
Yeah.
That was just, I have no words. Like,
yeah. No, when I saw it, I was shocked. It's so horrible. And the story behind it is just a mother went to have a baby aborted, as they all are, and they're all horrible at every single stage where they physically kill the baby. There's different methods. Some where they inject poison into the baby and kill it, and then they induce the mother into labor. Or there are other types where they basically put a version of a vacuum into the mother's stomach and they suck out the baby piece by piece. but this one was an induced abortion where the mother was induced into labor, and the baby didn't actually die when it was brought out. And the photo, it's on it's the thumbnail of this video. And if you search up Dr. Joanna Howe's profile on whatever social media, you'll see it. But it's basically of this small baby, all so pink and like very small. Like it's only 16 weeks old in terms of gestation and all that. But it's sucking its thumb. And the thing is, you can see that it's a baby. It's so obvious. You can't like the science behind like babies is we're not talking about one body. Like the abortion argument is that it's a woman's choice, but there's two bodies involved. There's the baby and there's the woman. The baby is inside the woman. It's the woman is the woman and the man made the baby to take care of the baby, not to kill the baby. That's the result of sex. I think we need to have proper sex education because life is now an optional extra for babies. Um, and so, like, DNA is separated at the moment of conception from the mother and the baby. That's why we can easily say there's two bodies involved because there's two sets of DNA. I've never heard of a person that's got two heads and four legs and four arms and two hearts and multiple other organs. That's not right. And so in this case, we see someone risk their job to take a photo of this baby and the records involved with it to bring it out to the public. And this happened in Queensland. And in Queensland, the Christopher government has banned the speaking of abortion for the next 4 years. And that started in 2024, late 2024. And so no one can talk about it, no one can debate it, you can't bring your bills about it. And so there's going to be a huge rally in Queensland on Monday, and they're using this as their sort of their messaging cry to people to get out, to get the Liberal Party to wake up. Because we're talking about lives, we're talking about the biggest genocide in human history we're witnessing. 1/3 of our generation is no longer existing. That is a
One over
crazy
three of
stat.
us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I had a pretty heated conversation the other day with someone who was pro-abortion, and basically their argument was you don't have ovaries, you're not a female, therefore you're a fascist and you can't say anything over us. But I'm at the point where if you're not pro-life, you're pro-genocide. Like as you just said. So like how do you like how can you reason with stupidity? Mark Twain said this back in I'm not sure where, like the early 1900s. Thinking it was you can't reason with stupidity, and you quite literally cannot do that. So I mean that it's gone to a point where like I just can't, I don't have words because I get very emotional about this type of stuff when it comes to human lives. When animals are put down, like our pets, they get more respect, love, and dignity being put down than a human baby.
Yeah.
And that's our own flesh and blood, and these are animals.
Yeah.
I think there
Sorry.
needs to be a line drawn. We need to show more love and respect to maybe our kind on this planet because no other animal on this planet shows that respect to us.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to show respect to our our future generation. All these people say, "Oh, the hands of the future in your generation." Well, frankly, you've killed off 28% of our generation. If you're obsessed with about making the future better, climate change, all of this left wing, what's the point of making the world a better place when no one's there to live in the world? You're killing everyone off. Once
Exactly.
again, counter argument, and they're just contradicting themselves. So like, well, what do we do then? What do you see? What do you see happening? The Labor government is in full control. The Liberal government in Queensland is banned from talking about it. Where do we go from here?
Yeah. Well, I think right now, I think when you get to the root of the problem, we're talking about um, one is an ignorance thing. Most people don't know that abortion is available up to birth in every state and territory right now. It's the legislation is tricky, but that's essentially what it comes down to because of conscientious objection. Not conscientious objection. Psychosocial reasons. That's why. So you can basically claim abortion for any reason. And so most people don't know that, but that's not the only problem. The other problem is there might be a lot of people against late-term abortion, but people don't realize the procedures involved for all types of abortion. That all abortion is wrong. If you believe that the human lives in the late term should be protected, you should believe that the human lives in the early term should be protected because it's the same life all the way through. Like what at what point did it become life? And so we're talking about changing a culture. And so we can do that through philosophy and through arguments and that sort of thing. And I certainly believe in that. But I think unless we present the gospel as well, we're sort of digging a hole and then putting the dirt back in. And we sort of talked about this last week, before, and no one got to hear it. But with cultural Christianity, people have been reaping the fruits of that for centuries. And it's to the extent where people forgot that they need Christ in that. Otherwise, it can't function. And so if we do that with abortion, we're just going to go down the same rabbit hole. We might get a few bills through, it might change things a little bit here and there, but unless we also present the gospel and a worldview that can handle this idea of abortion being wrong, uh, then we're not going to get anywhere. So I think the main way we fight abortion right now is to be as pro women, as pro baby as possible, to support as many pro life centers, to make content about why abortion is wrong and about the moral questions involved with that. So people start thinking. So people think about why, like, what's the meaning of life? Because like these sort of questions are the sort of route that we need to go to if we're going to change a culture. And that's the most important thing. We can't like the stuff that Trump's done in the White House, right? Incredible stuff. He's doing amazing stuff in a lot of ways. And um I don't obviously no, I don't think anyone agrees with him 100%, and I certainly don't. But a lot of the stuff he's done are really good things. But if someone else comes in, whether Republican or Democrat, it's they can just change that in an instant, unless the culture has changed along with those laws. Law like government and all this sort of thing is downstream from culture. Culture decides what we accept, what we believe in, all this sort of thing. So unless we can change a culture in the long term, we're just going to see flip flopping between a good bill, a bad bill, good bill, bad bill, and we're not going to get anywhere. So,
I don't think there's been a good bill in a while.
yeah, no, you're right. No, that's fair. Maybe I'm feeling more about America. I think they've got that more opportunity over there for good bills. But yeah, you're right. Here we haven't seen a good bill for a while. But there's like an amendment for a bill, and then and it's taken out, or the. But yeah, but look, I think there is hope because as a Christian, I believe there's always hope because despite what we're looking at, Christ is always bringing his plan into effect. And my last point on that would be we're seeing the decline of Christianity in the West. We might see an uptick of that with Gen Z and Gen Alpha potentially, maybe more Gen Z. But we sort of see the West like dropping, but in the global south, in like Africa, Asia, those sort of areas, Christianity is bigger than it's ever been before, like in ages. And so it's sort of just shifting around, and yeah, I think there's we don't see the big picture like that. Even though we're so connected and maybe more disconnected than ever, we don't see the big picture. We've got to remember that God is always doing something. And before I throw it back to you, Riley, we've just got a comment in Instagram, which is really cool that we're getting comments. And this is from Keelan, he or she, I'm not sure, said, great ideas. I'm getting the same problems in arguments about abortion where people say, I don't have ovaries, and also a lot of people who agree that late-term abortions shouldn't exist. So yeah, that's a common theme that we're seeing. And hopefully in the years to come, I think people can change it. Oh, and he's added to it. He's also said people need to be brought back to the fact that it's the same life all the way after conception. Though when bringing this up, people always make excuses for themselves. That's absolutely right. I had a conversation before Christmas with the coworker, and it related to Charlie Kirk. It was just after he got assassinated. And then she's like, there was this crazy video where he was like, oh, someone asked him, if your daughter got raped, would you make her keep the baby? And he was like, yeah. And she's like, isn't that crazy? I'm like, is it? And that opened a can of worms. And then she asked me, would you make your daughter keep the child, the fetus? And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, what? Like she's like, we went back and forth over that. But the fact is, it's a human life we're talking about, and the science is clear for the left that wants to claim all the scientists and all that sort of thing. They don't have the consensus on this. We have the consensus that science shows us that life begins at conception with the separation of DNA, but people will just make excuses. And the rape question, I'll just briefly, and I will hand this back to you after this, but rape only represents less than 1% of all abortions. That's it.
Yeah,
But
over 99% of.
Yeah, exactly. And they use that as their big card. And so when people ask them, oh well, should you, like, if we agree that abortion is okay for rape and incest, do you think it shouldn't be okay in all other circumstances? So they know. They say no, and then we say, then why did you bring it up? Because like Keelan said in the comments, it's just an excuse for them. They're just trying to deny what they know as reality.
Yeah, no, and definitely, it's like, yeah, I understand where they're coming from, but then again, statistically, over 99% of abortions aren't because of that.
Yeah.
So once again, it's the stereotypical counter arguments they have. You don't have ovaries. What if it's rape? Statistically, logically, we win as usual. Christians, Jesus always wins. Jesus is the Lord. So that's it. You can't reason with stupidity.
Yeah, that's the end of it. Can't reason with stupidity, but we have to try. Unfortunately, that's yeah.
That's it. It's definitely going to be a challenge, and it's definitely a. I said that was the longest chess game we'll see is Australian politics. I think this might be it. Actually, this might take the cake. Is reasoning with stupidity. So, it's gonna be look, there is positive there is positive signs. I mean, from Gen Z, like church, particularly conservatism and conservative part of Christianity. So as we were saying, like not the uniting. You said like 85% were the conservative, and like the other
that's for the Anglican, so the Church of England.
Anglican, yeah. So that's one example of it. Young people are becoming more conservative, which is awesome. And one of the weirdest articles, like the weirdest titles of an article I read the other day was China's set to become the largest inhabitant of Christians by 2030. So China, communist country, is going to become the largest inhabitant of Christians. Like, what is going on in the world? That's insane.
Yeah.
So what are we? If they're letting Christianity thrive in a communist country, what are we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think at the rate we're going to be a communist state soon enough. So I wouldn't be surprised if we become
Yeah.
we have lots of
It's like,
Christians
it's
too.
insane. Like we're taught like to hate, as we said, like to hate religions, like taught to be atheists in school. Unless you
Yeah.
go to a even if you go to a Christian school, we're taught about other faiths. Like we talk about Islam and Buddhism, which is good. It's great to learn about different cultures and different faiths.
Yeah.
We do. I did go to a Christian primary school. We do go to church every week, and but it's not a conservative church. It's very liberal. Um, but at the end of the day, we are becoming slightly. I mean, as I said in the article, males in particular are becoming more Christian and much more conservative. But females, on the other hand, are going much more down the feminist, socialist, justice fighter, freedom fighter, whatever kind of route.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem for us. Like, because how can you be with someone who's got a total different like belief system, politics?
Yeah.
It's like you can't do it, chalk and cheese. So like how do we do that? How do we solve that in the future? Like how do we continue to bear children as a nation when our youth are split? Because
Yeah.
this is what we're seeing. Like what's your take on this?
Yeah, well, the question first, maybe just before we get to this, is why is the birth rate so low?
Abortion.
And yeah, exactly. Like what
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. That's
Yeah.
what we were talking about before. That because abortion has been made available on demand, and it's been made like it's been told is the only option. We're able to set a situation where the birth rate is so low, and in recent years, like society has become more polarized, not just between political beliefs, but also now between the sexes. Like the feminism, like maybe it might have started off okay originally. I haven't done enough research into that, so I need to do more research on that. But it's come to this stage where men are now toxic for opening a door for you. Like that's a crazy thought for me. Like I know there's some people where like I sort of like I'll be like, oh, do you want me to help? And then they're like, no, I got it, don't worry. I'm like, okay, all right,
Girl
fine, I'll
power.
just step
Yeah.
away. Like it's your loss. But
Yeah.
like the point of we're going to get to Genesis 1 to 11, where we see that the purpose of man and woman is to work together, not against each other. Like the reason why we can't like in terms of like the socio-political ideology we're so separate is because we're told that the other side is like in terms of the sexes, the other side are beyond help. Men are now like men, like they've sort of gone into sort of that like the Andrew Tate phase. Like I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but that was a thing for a while. Where like Andrew Tate was the guy to follow, like big muscles, lots of girls, strong. I can't think of any other adjectives off the top of my head. And then you got the other side where it's women. Women should I don't know, have as much sex as possible, but also men are horrible and they're not worth getting married to or having a partner. And but yeah, men are like I don't know, like these horrible people, and so it's sort of no wonder that we've come to this stage. Feminism has sort of done this sort of toxic masculinity. It's led to transgenderism and all this other stuff and abortion. And so I think the original question you asked is how do we sort of fix this? And I think
Yeah.
we've got to come back to a biblical idea of where men and women are naturally made for each other, where men shouldn't be overbearing and women shouldn't I don't know work against their husband or against the potential person that they're planning to marry. And we've just got a comment Instagram again from Keelan that I'm going to read, and she says I've seen comments recently made that the birth rate will die out for the left because of abortion and hookup culture, as well as people doing whatever they want based on their own feelings. And that's a really interesting point, because that's something we said last week in the conversation no one heard, is that the communists don't have their own kids, but they have your kids. That's why they're in charge of the education, they're in charge of like schools and healthcare, and now the churches. And so will like the birth rate die out for the lefts? Maybe. I don't think so. For because I think they know that they need I don't think like political ideas sort of die out through death. I think they actually have to, like, they'll get passed on somehow. I don't think they biologically get removed. But I think there will be a shift back to it, because we've seen the results of it in modern culture. And I'll let you. I'll throw it back to you. But yeah, that's what I was thinking on that.
No, that's very interesting. We just got to see what happens from here, but it just depends on how we go forward and how we handle it. It's quite daunting, because it's such like it's like a battlefield out there. And if you say the wrong thing, you get you lose your degree, you lose your job, you're thrown in prison, having an opinion. And I even saw that even if you've done really good things for the community, like volunteered, or you have a police citizenship award, for example, doesn't matter. If you said something slightly critical of someone or something or a group, you're done for, and you have no defense. Like, that's it. You're just thrown in prison, up to, is it 5 years or 15 years? 5 years, right?
Well, who knows? If whatever it is, they'll increase it.
Whatever the KGB says goes. I mean, comrade, yes.
Yeah.
So, I wish I was joking there, but unfortunately, I'm not. So, yeah, we'll just go from there, and just see what happens with it. And yeah, like I do see examples though of families isolating their children from neo-Marxism. Like, they're homeschooling their children on a farm. They're doing, like, every Sunday they go to church. I know, like, some families who go to like a Baptist church, like out in the country. I've met them before. It's such a cool lifestyle. Like, it's so conservative, so Christian, like on the land.
Yeah.
And this is in Australia, and it's awesome to see that kind of thrive. It's like almost, not like to the extremism of Amish lifestyle, but it's like it's on the road to that, like, kind of Amish lifestyle, which is awesome. I would, if I was to be born again tomorrow, I would be like an Amish like that. So
I mean, look, there's good and bad. I think you can sort of go. I think Amish go a little bit overboard, but I like the ideas involved with the like, for example, like for briefly we might talk about this, but in terms of the supermarkets, we're so separated from the process of how our food comes to us. Like, there was a farmer who bought a cow off of someone, and then raised the cow, fattened it up, cut it down, sold it to someone else, who thus probably sold it to the supermarket, and then the supermarket packages it, and then we get it. And we don't understand that sort of process of, like, I think that's why we see a lot of rhetoric about the net zero sort of stuff, because people don't realize how electricity works. Like, you got to have baseload power to actually run a society. But yeah, I think there will be more trends towards conservative ideals. I don't know if we'll be going back to farms and that sort of thing. I sort of doubt it, but I like the trad wife thing. I didn't mind that sort of hype that was there for a while ago, but I think there's good things to come. When I say that, I always regress because I'm seeing all the bad stuff. But the thing is, if we put in the hard work in building conservative values, Christian values, more importantly, then we can see a change in culture, and we can see changes towards these ideals. And I'll just point out a couple of comments. One from Instagram, again from Keelan. I think they'll back from the previous conversation. They said, "I think they'll indoctrinate our kids for the ideologies to stay around," and I totally agree with that. That we've seen that throughout history. And then on YouTube, Raiden98 said, "G'day lads, awesome to see blokes doing what you do, fellas. Always keep it up." I can't see. I think it's up. I can't see it because there's a thing on my screen. But yeah, thanks for the comments, guys. But yeah, back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I could get the Amish buggy. I could do maybe some maybe maybe some straps to make like the horsepower, maybe 2 horsepower. I don't know. So it'll be great. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll have to get my Amish visa. So
Yeah.
oh man, that'd be
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
I mean, dull down the microplastics for a while and
Yeah.
live off the land. Yeah, it'd be
Everything's
good.
got microplastics in it. It's crazy.
Yeah, so do we. Like, it's insane. Like, what was it, like 7 grams in our brain, which is insane. Like, it's
Man.
only been around since like just after World War II.
Yeah.
So just in that
That's
short
nuts.
period of time, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, wow. And we wonder why like 1 in every 2 of us is going to get cancer. Pretty
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's not even a conspiracy theory anymore. It's just like
It's obvious.
chemicals. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so what was that other? We were talking about one other thing, and it was on our it was on the
Oh,
the
the
thumbnail.
thumbnail.
Yeah,
The Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Yeah, happy Mardi Gras.
Woohoo.
No,
The colors match in the background.
fantastic. And
And
no,
that's a no. That was a gaslighting session for you guys. But
definitely.
yeah, I looked into what you sent me. Where you said the Mardi Gras. It wasn't the Mardi Gras festival that was cancelled. It was the Mardi Gras
Right.
after party.
Ah, okay.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so the Mardi Gras
we got a small win, but so we'll take the small win.
That's a very small
yeah.
win, but I mean,
Yeah.
the YCFC could make an appearance at the Mardi Gras. We could bring the cross, the banner.
Yeah. Yeah, you should
Stop
show that
it
reel
now.
next month when we do this.
Oh, we'd probably get arrested. We would get arrested.
No,
for
we
that.
would.
Like,
We would. Yeah.
really?
For sure
Like
we
we would. I was just, yeah, okay.
No, we actually
If we
would
showed
because,
up.
like, for example, like pro-Palestinian rallies, if there's a guy holding an Australian flag, and they're all like around him, they're not going to push the pro-Palestinian people back. They're going to take the Australian guy out and push him away and say you can't come into the CBD because well you're a public nuisance or you're a danger. But everyone else is attacking him. Like I remember there was this council meeting. I think it was early last year, or maybe in 2024. Whereas there was this guy. He was trying to. He was trying to. He was trying to get to a council meeting. About he was a Jewish guy, I think. He's trying to get to this council meeting, and there's all these pro-Palestinian people surrounding the council building, so he literally could not get in. And in the end, I don't want to say anything that's not right, but as far as I know, the police arrested him and said he can't come into the CBD for a certain amount of days.
Wow.
So while they're all like attacking him and not letting him get through, the police are like, "Oh, we'll take you out, send you out of the CBD." But yeah, that's crazy. And comment again from Raiden. Yep, they were charged with incitement. Keelan on Instagram. I'm down to walk across at Mardi Gras.
All right, we'll meet you there. I'll be wearing the MAGA cap. No,
Yeah.
make Elbow go away.
Make Elbow go away. Oh, that would be great. But I think we're stuck with dictator Elbow for a while.
Yeah. Nah, well, I don't think I'd want to go to the Mardi Gras anyway. It's just.
Yeah. It made me
Yeah, I
disgusting.
mean-
I felt disgusting looking at the website. I can't imagine going.
I can't believe like how they portray Jesus though. Like, isn't that hate speech? I think that's hate speech. I mean, that
Yeah.
I'm offended as a
Yeah.
Christian. I mean, I'm offended how you portray
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Exactly.
that count? Who cares about Jesus?
Nah,
Who-
no, Christians don't count.
No, Christians. Yeah.
But I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Christians don't count. It's because we're the oppressors. We're the ones that have created a society in which they live and grow and have money, and can live successfully without dictatorship. But we're the oppressors that have locked them into familial standards and have given them freedom of speech. Yeah, I could go on, but yeah, we're the bad guys because we did everything good.
It's just like, what happened to freedom of speech? Like,
Yeah.
we should be able to, like, there's this guy who goes around in Sydney who preaches. I forget his exact name. Oh, I gotta share. But you probably know who he is. He was arrested.
Oh, the older guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
balder guy. He's bald.
Yeah,
He's
I know him.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
You should interview him one day. Actually, he'd
Actually,
be
that's a good
great.
idea. That's a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah, no, he's had a few pretty dicey encounters with the KGB and protesters. So, they're practically the
Just
same
had to
thing at
throw
this
that in
point.
there. Yeah, it is now.
Yeah, the poor guy's been attacked constantly, and it's insane. He's just, all he's doing is he's literally nothing political.
No.
It's pure
Literally just
scripture. That's
Jesus.
it. Yeah, that's literally it. But that's hate
Yeah.
speech. And he gets kicked out by security and the police. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
quickly find him because I want to. Brandon's asking, is it Craig Cole? I don't think that's his name.
Yeah.
But I've subscribed to him on YouTube, so I'll find him reasonably quickly. And then Keelan also said hate speech only applies to certain groups.
Yeah, it's very unfair. Like, what happened to equality? Aren't they all for equality?
Yeah, exactly. Where is he? Mike with the mic.
With the mic. That's a good name. I like the name.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, there was a guy who did a joke that was a black guy and he did a black mic joke in a movie. Anyways, that's another story. But yeah, Mike with the mic. And you know what? I'll put him in the link to the description of this video after we're done.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. A great local Sydney guy. Just goes around reading scripture. He's just based, and he's just attacked for being based, unfortunately. But he says some amazing stuff. And another priest that has been actually survivor of a terrorist attack in Sydney was Father Emmanuel.
Yeah.
He is an amazing priest as well in Sydney. You can just look him up online. You can see like he does live stream his masses.
Right.
It's amazing. He preaches so beautifully.
Yeah. Well, something interesting. Sorry, no, you go.
I was just saying he was stabbed in the eye and survived a terrorist attack a couple of years ago. So everyone probably knows who he is. But yeah. But yeah, what
Karen tried to take the video down, said it was dangerous for young kids to see. But yeah.
Oh, who took the video down?
Oh no, Karen. Sorry, I should call her by name. Julie Ingman Grant. She's the e-safety commissioner in Australia.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't
she
get
tried
like
to
Didn't she get like a rise, like a pay rise recently?
Yeah, but she doesn't have much of a term left. I think she's only got like 1 or 2 years left. I think maybe 1 year.
That's enough, yeah.
Yeah, I wish she was gone already. If I'm honest, she is a nutcase. That woman. She used to work for Meta before she started here.
She used to work for Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
she one thing she tried to do. She tried to stop a comment someone wrote in Canada who's not an Australian, got nothing to do with Australia. Comment nothing to do with Australia, but she was offended by it, so she tried to get him. She tried to get X to take the post off of X.
Wow,
that was nuts. But
that's like violating Canadian sovereignty. That's insane.
Literally.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah,
and
that woman is crazy.
That's our e-safety commissioner.
Yeah, we call it E-Karen.
E-Karen. E-Karen. Be careful. We don't want to.
We don't want
there's much bigger people that have said that and not got into trouble. So I will take that for granted.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just gotta. That's the thing. Like we've said nothing like bad, but you just gotta be
Yeah.
careful about what you say. It's
Yeah.
like literally being in 1984. It's like being like Winston, the main character in 1984. It's
Yeah, I
insane.
need to read that book. I haven't read it yet. I've heard a lot about it, but I need to read that book. But yeah, we are living in that. Yeah.
The biggest mistake they made at school was putting that book in our curriculum because they're quite literally just like they're showing the playbook for the
Wow.
West. Like that's what we had to read at school, and it's
Mm.
such an insane book. The quotes he has, like I'll just get like the one quote I saw the other day. I'll have it on my phone. I'll just
Yeah.
So the author's George Orwell.
Yeah.
The further a society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who speak it.
Mm. Yeah, that's a really good quote. And it's literally true.
It's so relevant. And he wrote it in the 1940s.
Yeah.
Yeah. On his deathbed. So he's dying and he's writing this book at the same time. This is like his last book. His like last warning.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
living crazy times. But I was just thinking on that Mike with Mike thing. In the last little while that I only got social media early last year, but in the last few months, I've been seeing more and more people doing street preaching. There's obviously the abortion abolitionists. They've been doing a bit of that in their stuff, but I've also seen lots of independent people just getting a mic, getting a camera set up, and live streaming or doing videos, whether in Melbourne or in Sydney or whatever city it is. They're just going out and doing stuff. Even maybe not even like even not just Christians, but well, actually Christian. I mean, also like conservative people, like doing like on the street interviews with people all the time and stuff like that. So I think this is sort of what happens when you try and crack down on free speech. That people are like, we're just going to speak it anyways because we don't bloom and care what you guys say. Because if there's something that has to be said, it's going to be said. Like because of the hate crimes bill that came to pass, the National Socialists split up. That doesn't mean the ideology goes away. Their ideology is not going to change at all. It's just exasperated it. Like they probably believe in more conspiracies now than they did before, and the you can't try and like I don't know, you can't shut down a culture just by saying, oh, you can't talk about this, because it will, because that's what's happening. Like we said before about China, that's what's happening in China. There you've got the state church and you've got the underground church, and we know which one is bigger. It's the underground church, and they're huge. They're bigger than a lot of churches in the world. And so a famous quote, I think it's attributed to Tertullian from the early church, is that the blood of the martyrs is the sin of the church. So the more sort of persecution that we see, and the more pushbacks on Christianity, the more we will see it grow. Which is, it's like a paradox, right? If that happened to any other religion, it wouldn't do anything. But because it's Christianity, because it's the truth, it actually happens, which is a crazy thought.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's like that's because we value human life, and those who speak something and risk something for something that we hold so close, we respect that greatly.
Yeah,
Because like Jesus Christ died for our sins.
Yeah.
And if the perfect being God is killed on earth and he's sinless, what does it mean for us when we commit sins?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So that's just the cookie crumbles with Christianity, and it's I mean, particularly now when we're the most persecuted people on the planet, which sucks. It's horrible to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely agree with you there. Yeah, that's a very strong point. Yeah. Should we call it there or?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think today went a lot better than last week, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we had an audience to interact with that could hear us, so that's
and we really
fantastic.
appreciate it, you guys. Especially to Keelan on Instagram and to Raiden98 on YouTube, and also the others, such as Tim I think Wilms is his last name. Tim Wilms and I think that's everyone that's commented. But yeah, we appreciate you guys joining us. And this is going to be a monthly thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this once a month on the last Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. AEDT. We're going to be streaming on YouTube and Instagram. I thought I was going to be able to get Facebook, but it didn't come through, unfortunately. And yeah, we're gonna keep this going because we want to get interaction with the audience. And in the future, we might have guests on. We might even have our own members on, or our leadership team to come on as well. But yeah, we're going to be doing this once a month, and I don't know if we get more time, we could even do this fortnightly. It's so much fun, actually. I really like doing this.
It is fun, yeah, because it's so like
Yeah.
weekly we have so much to talk about. There's so much
Yeah.
happening in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could do this more often if we get more interest. Like we haven't had that
5,000
many.
likes. No.
5,000 likes. I'll take 10 likes. If we get 10 likes on Instagram, 10 likes on YouTube, we'll do this one.
Super
Nah.
chat, Kevin Clutch. No.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you have got to do social media reels, my guy. I mean,
like Trump
yeah,
reels.
nah, yeah. Oh my goodness, you would get so much traction.
Tremendous
but yeah.
tractions. Nah.
Oh my goodness.
So silly.
But yeah, that's it for tonight. But look out in our podcast because this will be the next episode. Then in the next couple of days, John Steinoff interview about the hate crimes bill will come out. And then in a week or two, an interview with Ken Ham will be coming out, which is going to be awesome. And I hope you guys really like that. And we've got more stuff to come. Thank you, Riley. It's been a great. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Before we go, I want to say the Substack. Riley mentioned his article earlier. If you guys didn't mention, I'll put it in the description of this video once we release it as just a video. That Riley and Jude Harland, Jude is one of our board members. They have been punching out articles for our Substack, Truth Prevails, which is also featured on the Daily Declaration, which you can see on various platforms. And so, yeah, you guys have to check that out, and they're doing awesome work. I tried writing articles, but we had problems with that.
Hey, got us traction in the end. It was controversial, but
Yeah,
it's
true.
No, definitely. And the article I recently wrote, it's actually very similar to a topic we talked about earlier about I call it The Great Split is the article name. It's just about the gender divide in politics and where do we go. So yeah, if you're interested in what we talked about this evening, please do give that a check on Daily Declaration or our YCFC Substack. Yeah. All good. Yeah. It's been a great
Awesome.
conversation and it's been great to interact with the audience. So yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. No, it's been great. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the well wishes that we're seeing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
We need to figure out
we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Oh, like an outro. Yeah.
Yeah, we need like an outro, like a really cool, we can't do like a handshake or anything like that because you're in Sydney and I'm in Melbourne. But we need to well, you guys, you can send suggestions to ycfc.contact@gmail.com if you have suggestions on how we can do better or an outro. But yeah, I'll let you do an outro for tonight, Riley.
God bless. You're all amazing. You're tremendous people, patriots, conservatives, whoever you may be, gender benders. God bless you all. Have a tremendous evening. Have a great night. Have an American night. Goodbye. I'll be the same. All right.
Good night, guys.